the young, and the restless spoilers. Victor Newman felt a twisted sense of satisfaction after firing Michael. To him, it was a justified punishment for a traitor. His next target was Cole, and Victor made it clear that Cole was to stay away from the Newman family, especially Victoria. Cole, feeling the weight of Victor's wrath, believed the treatment he was receiving was unfair. Desperate to make amends, he pleaded with Victor for another chance. But Victor, resolute in his decision, was unmoved. The message was clear: Cole had to go. In contrast, Victor decided to retain Claire, further complicating the dynamics within the Newman household. This decision left Cole in a precarious position, forcing him to take drastic measures. Cole approached Victor with a calm demeanor, but his words carried a veiled threat. "If you continue to threaten and harass me, I'll make sure everyone knows about Jordan," Cole warned. He revealed that he had evidence proving Victor's involvement in Jordan's confinement, a revelation that could land Victor in prison. The gravity of Cole's threat hit Victor hard. The evidence Cole held was genuine, and Victor knew that if it were to be made public, his future would be grim. The usually unshakable Victor found himself momentarily silenced, calculating his next move. Victor's rage simmered beneath the surface, but he recognized the validity of Cole's threat. The risk was too great: one misstep, and Victor would find himself behind bars. The thought of being outmaneuvered infuriated him, yet he had to tread carefully. Cole had played his cards well, using his knowledge to protect himself and ensure his place by Victoria and Claire's side. Victor's silence spoke volumes. He was trapped by his own schemes, unable to lash out without dire consequences. The power dynamic had shifted, with Cole now holding the upper hand. Victor's mind raced with potential solutions, but there was only one clear way to keep his secret safe: if Cole were eliminated, the threat would vanish. However, outright removing Cole was fraught with peril. Any sudden disappearance or harm to Cole would raise suspicions and potentially lead back to Victor. The risk was too high, and for now, Victor had no choice but to tolerate Cole's presence. As Victor grappled with his options, he had to decide whether to continue allowing Cole to remain close to Victoria and Claire. Admitting defeat was anathema to Victor, but the alternative was too dangerous. He was forced to accept, for the time being, that Cole would stay. Cole's position was secure for now, but he knew he had to remain vigilant. Victor was not a man to be underestimated, and Cole was aware that his safety depended on the leverage he held. The secret of Jordan's confinement was his shield, protecting him from Victor's retribution. The uneasy truce between them created a tense atmosphere within the Newman household. Victoria, unaware of the full extent of the conflict, sensed the undercurrents of hostility but could not pinpoint their source. Claire, too, noticed the tension but remained focused on her responsibilities. Victor's grudging acceptance of Cole's presence was a bitter pill to swallow. His desire for control and dominance had been challenged, and he was forced into a position of reluctant acquiescence. For the first time in a long while, Victor found himself at a disadvantage, his actions constrained by the very secrets he sought to protect. As the days passed, Victor's anger simmered beneath the surface, a constant reminder of his uncharacteristic restraint. He bided his time, watching Cole closely, waiting for an opportunity to reclaim his dominance without risking exposure. The game of cat and mouse continued, with both men acutely aware of the fragile balance of power. In the end, Victor's decision to tolerate Cole's presence was a temporary compromise. His mind was already working on strategies to regain control, to neutralize the threat without incriminating himself. The battle between them was far from over, and both men knew that only one could ultimately emerge victorious. For now, the Newman household operated under a tense equilibrium, with each move carefully calculated and every interaction tinged with underlying tension. The secrets, threats, and power struggles were the lifeblood of their interactions, weaving a complex web of intrigue that promised to unravel at the slightest misstep. Victor's grudging acceptance of Cole was a strategic retreat, a move born of necessity rather than choice. But in the high-stakes world of the Newmans, nothing was ever settled for long. The next move could change everything, and both men were prepared for the inevitable clash that would determine their fates.